All right, so as those temperatures climb, so does the pressure to achieve the so-called summer body. But this seasonal obsession can actually have some serious impacts on mental health as well as eating behavior. So joining us to know more rather, about how you can better manage this, Dr. Supriya Gill, a psychologist with Kaiser Permanente. Thank you so much for joining us.
Happy to be here.
Okay, so this is an interesting, I guess, just term. Tell us a little bit more about what summer body obsession actually is.
Yeah, so summer body obsession is kind of this phenomenon that we see as we move into the season where there is an obsession with body image and really kind of thinness moving into the season and looking a certain way.
I have a week left to get into shape for the beach kind of mentality.
Right, or I don't go.
Right, absolutely. So, I mean, I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but maybe just describe a little bit for us why this can be detrimental.
Well, what we're noticing is that all around us, especially with social media, there is more and more focus, and it's becoming really intensified. So we have a baseline in our nation of body image dissatisfaction. Women, up to 85% of women experience body image dissatisfaction. But men do too, right? And this is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. The nuance with men is that it's less about wanting to be thinner and it's more about wanting to be muscular. And so this is something that impacts males and females as well as adolescents who experience up to 55% of body image dissatisfaction. So I just wanted to kind of share that as kind of the groundwork. It's problematic because when we're consuming the social media, when media is telling us that we're supposed to look a certain way, it really kind of exacerbates that feeling of, I am not enough, I don't look like enough, I shouldn't be doing these things as we move into the summer.
Yeah, and I have to imagine, just like with a lot of these issues, especially surrounding mental health, it might be hard to identify when you're in the middle of it yourself. So you probably need to rely on folks, you know, who are closest to you. So when should somebody, maybe they identify themselves, when should somebody consider treatment? Or when, if you're a friend or a family member and you see a family member going, you know what, they might need a little bit of help. What is that tipping point?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think if you start to notice that these thoughts around your body image are causing so much distress that they're impacting your daily life or leading to eating disordered behaviors or restricting overeating, those types of things. If you notice that you yourself are experiencing that, or if you notice a loved one is really kind of changing the way that they're interacting or not able to engage in the things that usually bring them joy, that would be a good point in which you might consider.
Okay, best tips you can give right now for self-managing.
Okay, so I mentioned social media. Social media is strongly linked to body image dissatisfaction, and so really paying attention to what we're consuming, our social media diet. Thinking about when you're on social media, do I feel better or worse? Is this helping or hindering my self-esteem? Is this empowering me? And unmuting, unfollowing as you need to, and really kind of focusing on how can you move forward with whatever your goals might be. I think the other piece of this is rather than focusing on looking a certain way or appearance, focusing on leading a healthy lifestyle. Think about how you want to feel in the activities that you want to engage in. Exercise is great for a lot of things, including mental health, self-care, strength, and kind of revisiting how you're engaging with the things that are healthy.
Again, thank you so much for bringing light to this topic and some great advice right there. So Dr. Gill, thank you so much.